My name is Lauren Gabrielle Foster, and we're here to talk about everyday magic on the new moon. There's too much wind today for us to have an actual fire ceremony, so we're going to do our intention setting for this moon cycle virtually. Um, and yeah, so that's incense. It's not really as mightily. Uh, Mightily smoky as it seems, it's just really close to the camera. So, welcome. Um, if this is your first time here, um, I'm really happy to have you. This is a place where we can talk about anything that we want to. I usually show up with the subject in mind, but we are allowed to go in any direction that we want. And our primary subject in these gatherings on every new moon and full moon is our ancestral path back to health and happiness and freedom. And it occurs to me that that might need a little bit of definition. So, what do we actually mean by an ancestral path? Um, so let's kind of break it down into the three facets of us, if you will: mind, body, and spirit. The body part is an ancestral way of living with and caring for our bodies. That is the way our ancestors lived and treated our bodies before everything got industrialized, before we got so separated from the earth and we got so much distance and complication between our food and our bodies, between the way that we move in life or the way that we don't, in most cases, so much sitting. So this is kind of a very practical, primal, literally primal way of living with our physical bodies. And then mind and spirit, over the past couple of centuries, we have gone further and further away from a love of and connection with this earthly energy, with this physical life. Everything has gone kind of up. We are living in tall buildings far, far away from the earth. We are giving all of the credit and all of the power and all of the mastery to our intellect and not honoring our heart, not honoring the wisdom of our body, and not being in the worshipful, reverent way of being that our ancestors were, as they, were in so much appreciation for water, so much appreciation for, a healthy plants and animals and abundance in, their everyday life. So we've begun to take all of that for granted and taken all of the mindfulness and all of the heart out of the way that we live. And so the ancestral path is putting all of that back. It's taking a step back into the way things were without getting mad at the present, without getting mad at technology or some of the beautiful, amazing, magical conveniences of life today. We're able to embrace both, right? That the parts of technology that serve our lives, that enhance the way that we are experiencing this one pass through as a human being, um, without abandoning the way things were before. So we're finding this brilliant path. Now we are not really about going back and healing what happened in our own past or in the past of our ancestors. We're really just taking the wisdom from the past and bringing it into the most powerful now and present, right? And enriching and empowering ourselves with this knowledge and wisdom and care and appreciation and deliberate attention in the now. if that makes sense. So if you have questions about that, please let me know if the ancestral path doesn't make sense to you. And so that this is what we're studying. We're learning about practical things like industrial seed oils and how important it is to get those out of your diet and to turn instead to healthy fats like olive oil and coconut oil and animal fat and butter, ghee, and things like that that are natural sources of fat that your body loves. Um, Buying organic and why that's important, and buying food that is local to you. These are some of the things that are in our other videos that I've invited guest experts on, like Karen Langston, who is all into the science and the nitty gritty of these things, and helps me to share those. And then each week we also have a simple seed that we plant in this garden that helps us to be more mindful. So one of the things that we're talking about this week is the idea of blessing your food. And I want to kind of talk about that a little bit more tonight because there's a misconception that, oh, this is a gift that I don't deserve, this is something that I'm unworthy of, and we are just told from every direction that you should be grateful. And I have these old messages in my past from my religious upbringing that said, you're not worthy, you don't deserve grace, you don't deserve anything, but it's been given to you anyway, so be grateful. And that is a disempowering message to me. Whereas if we are looking at a meal and blessing the hands that prepared it, whether they're your own or your mother's, your sister's, your husband's, your spouse, anyone else's, or that you've done this together, the blessing of the hands that prepared the food, the blessing and the giving of your love and energy to the food before you eat it. This is magic. This is the way that you bring to bear the power of your intent and your presence. So it's not about expressing gratitude for this meal. It is about forming relationship with this meal and with your body. And so if you are a meat eater, to take a moment to honor the spirit of the animal that gave up its earthly life in order to provide this meal, for the hands that cultivated the produce. So there's literally limitless ways that you can be mindful and engaged with blessing your meal before you begin to eat. And there's so much power in this. So if you can just choose one meal a day this week to be mindful, to put your food on a plate, sit down, be with it, bless it before you begin to eat, and enjoy every bite. Enjoy the nutrition and the way that you are loving and nurturing your body through this act. This is something that we have. That's Abby. Abby. Abby is my charge here in Cyprus this week. It's very common to hear dogs and cats and other animals on my lives. So that's what we do. So that's one of the suggestions for this week is to just do this once a day. Have one meal a day that is mindful, that you take the time to bless, that you take the time to prepare with care and engage with and be in relationship with, right? So, we're sharing other tidbits like try to go outside and be barefoot in the grass for just a little while. And I understand this is a giant globe, and in some cases it's not safe or warm enough for this, but even just a moment of feeling your body connected to the earth and just taking a moment to ground yourself in this way is so empowering, and feeling yourself as the recipient of the beautiful, nurturing love of Mother Earth, and understanding, welcoming this knowing that you are worthy, that there's nothing you need to do to earn this, that there's nothing that you need to strive for, that this is a gift that is ours for the taking, right? And so that brings us to our oracle card for this month. So every new moon, we are switching now to just drawing one card, maybe a tarot card, maybe an oracle card. Um, but letting that be our theme and the a tool that we can use to keep ourselves mindful and focused and on track for what it is we are wanting to grow and create and accomplish in this moon cycle. And the deck that we're using is the Sacred Rebel deck. It's Alana Fairchild. I'm 99% sure. If anybody knows for sure, let me know. And if not, I will correct that in the notes. But the Sacred Rebel deck is absolutely brilliant. The card that we drew, and I used an electronic version, so I can't show you the card, but I'll put it in the notes when we're done. Is free from judgment, free to love. And the message in this card is so incredibly brilliant and so aligned with what it is that we're talking about this week, in that we are free from judging others, yes, but that's a tiny part. We are really truly free from feeling judgment ourselves. And so we're able to step into this worthiness and this power and allow ourselves to be loved and nurtured and supported by Mother Earth, by the just the beautiful energy that imbues every atom of this universe, by other people, by the people that we love, by our community. So we are invited this moon cycle to let ourselves be a part of this beautiful, nurturing flow of love, not only giving but receiving, right? And when you are able to just say yes and thank you when others want to give to us, this is a beautiful gift for ourselves, but it's also a gift for the giver. If you think about this, you know how good it feels to give. You know how good it feels to share. But when you are only giving, only giving, only giving, and never receiving, then you're depriving those in your life of that gift, of the gift of being the giver, right? So, this is our invitation in this moon cycle to let this be our intention. Let this be one of our intentions. We are multifaceted. We have many desires. We have many things that we want to see and do and accomplish and create in this lifetime. And we have the capacity for all of it, right? So, oh, by the way, I have forgotten to mention where I am. I am in Cyprus. Um, I wanted so much to be outside, and our next gathering will definitely be able to be outside because the weather here is incredible. But today it's just been very windy, and the with the electronics there, with the wind, there was no way that you're going to be able to hear me. So I am right inside the door so that you can see the beauty, the tropical beauty of Cyprus behind me, and hopefully join in and enjoy this experience with me of being able to wander the globe and see the diversity of humanity and the diversity of this planet, and just just how much magic and sacredness and beauty there is out here, just waiting for us to embrace it and acknowledge it and be receiving of that gift. All right. So again, the Sacred Rebel deck is the card that is the deck that we drew our card from, and our card was free from judgment and free to love. And this is going to be our mission and our intention for this cycle. Now, often on the new moon, we'll have a fire ceremony where we write down what we want to let go of for from yesterday, from the last moon cycle, from everything in our lives up until now. And we also write down our new intentions, the ways in which we want to be mindful and paying attention and sharing our love and our focus in this cycle. And then we usually give that to the sacred fire. But for the same reason that we're not outside, we're not going to do that today. The wind is makes that unsafe, but we can still do this experientially in our hearts and our minds. You can share your intentions in the comments if you feel called to. And so let's just take a moment to bring ourselves fully present and share just a short meditation together today that is all about being in our bodies, all about being in the present, all about letting the intellect kind of go and not be such a giant player in what we're doing, but instead to embrace our intuition and our heart and the knowing and the wisdom in our bodies. And let's just go on a little short journey to embody those intentions, and then we'll come back and see if there are other comments or intentions to share, and then we'll say goodbye and wrap things up for this session. All right. Here's Abby. I always have to show you the puppy dog if I can. Look, hey. She's a sweet girl. Okay. All right. So if you feel comfortable closing your eyes, do so. If it feels good to you to be in an upright position with a straight line from your sit bones to the crown of your head, do that. But above all, always honor your body and do what feels good to you. Right. And if you feel safe and comfortable closing your eyes, do that. But if not, just let your focus soften and relax and just set your intention to be fully present in this very short, sacred time that we're going to spend together in grounding and embodying our power and connecting to the magic of our life force, to earth, and to one another, right? So we always begin with 3 long, slow, deep breaths in together, and let each breath nourish every cell of your body on the inhale, and on the exhale, release everything that is not of this exact moment, and let your body relax in every cell, every muscle, every fiber. Right? First breath in, and let that all the way out. Next breath in, and release. The magical third breath in, and release. Now just continue in a steady and natural but conscious rate of breathing, celebrating the miracle of breath with each inhale and relaxing more and more with each exhale. And just breathing into and bringing yourself fully present in your body, noticing every sensation. Notice the way the earth feels beneath you, whether it's a chair, the floor, cushion, however you're being supported. Just notice where your body is touching the earth. Feel that connection and support like a warm embrace. Pay attention to how your clothing feels against your skin, how the air feels around you. If there's any kind of tension or any kind of tingling or any kind of messages from your body, just say hello. Say, I hear you. I appreciate you. I honor you. I'm devoted to being in clear communication, loving, righteous relationship with my beautiful body. I feel this understanding that this is who you are. You are this embodied, magical creature. That your body and your breath and your soul and spirit and your mind And there's no extracting one from the other. This is a beautiful system meant to be in harmony, meant to be in love and in peace and in grace and in flow. And so as you're making friends with and appreciating and loving every cell of your body, let this love extend to your mind and have this appreciation for the brilliance and the amazing things that your mind can do, figuring things out and calculating things and making plans and analyzing and creating memories, creating opinions. All of this is within your power to bring your mind on board as a loving, cooperative team player, not a part of you that you fight to squelch, not a part of you that you fight to silence, just one facet of the brilliant, amazing creature that you are. All right, finally, feel your place in this universe. Understand that while you are concentrated in this body, who you are, the spirit, the soul, the energy that is you, is endless. That there is no place where you end and spirit, life force begins. There's no place where you end and I begin. You are a part of, and at the same time, you are the entire cosmos. Feel how powerful this is. Feel how powerful this makes you. Embrace the knowing that you can use this feeling, this power, this knowing to move forward in every decision you make in your life. You have the power to pause as often as you like and make a new choice. Choose to make the next step, to make the next decision in love and appreciation and power, and never in judgment and criticism and limitation. Let yourself smile and embrace this knowing that you are the master, you are the goddess of this life, you are the god of this life. You are the master creator and the captain of the ship. So, as we close this time together with 3 deep breaths, let each breath infuse every cell of your body with this knowing, with this understanding, with this intent to move forward deliberately, embracing your power, making mindful, heartfelt, loving decisions regarding every facet of your life. And above all, doing all of this in joy, doing all of this in freedom, doing all of this in the ultimate peace that comes from living from the core of who you truly are. Brilliant, all-knowing, immortal, wise, loving, and nurturing. All right, first breath in. And let that all the way out. Next breath in. And release. Magical, powerful third breath in. And let that all the way out. And let your eyes slowly drift open and come back to the present. All right, brilliant. All right, so If you have any questions, if you have anything that you want to add, any intentions that you want to share and bring forth and be held accountable for, I'd love that. I always love that. I always love to hear what's on your mind and on your heart. If you're watching this in a replay of any kind, click the follow button, click the subscribe button, look around and find a way to stay connected with me. If you are joining me on Insight Timer, if you go over to the About section, there's more information there that helps you to stay connected and helps you to go deeper into any of the ideas that really appeal to your heart or your mind or your spirit or all of you. And I love being on this journey with you and sharing all that I'm learning and experiencing as I'm traveling the world and seeking out the sacred and the magical to just add to the way that we learn and grow together. So, all right, so come back here on Wednesday if you are on Substack for Everyday Magic Live around noon 30 Cyprus time, and we'll be back here on the full moon here from Cyprus again. And in the meantime, remember to love your body, love your life, love yourself, nurture yourself, allow yourself to love and be loved. So until then, I will see you next time. Namaste.